So are you still sending reminders to all your team on Telegram manually? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to create Google Calendar reminder system with Telegram using AI agent. So like you, I also used to manually send the reminders to all my team, but this is such a time consuming and a tedious task. So to solve this problem, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as a new meeting is scheduled on my Google Calendar, automatically my AI agent is going to generate the message which will be sent 1 hour before the event and also 30 minutes before the event. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Calendar, my AI agent, which is OpenAI, and Telegram. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to create an AI-powered reminder system that connects Google Calendar with Telegram. So whether you're managing appointments, meetings, or personal tasks, this automation ensures timely reminders are sent straight to your Telegram, complete with custom messages and event details. It is a smart way and hands-free way to stay organized and never miss a deadline. So to do this, I'm simply going to open a new tab and I'm simply going to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are just going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this axis now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And once I'm just going to click on this axis, now it is opening my dashboard. And to get started, we are simply going to click on this create workflow button. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard, you can see multiple folders which I've already created in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created many, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations, and I'm just going to name my workflow as Google Calendar reminder system with Telegram using AI agent. And then we are simply going to click on this button which says create. And as soon as we're just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application, which is Google Calendar right over here. So I'm just going to search for Google Calendar and select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm simply going to select it as new event and click on this connect. Now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Calendar account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now we have to click on this blue button which says sign in with Google. And now I'm simply going to select my Gmail account, with the help of which I'm just going to connect my Google Calendar. Pabbly is asking me for some permissions, so I'm simply going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for. And now with this, we have successfully connected our Google Calendar with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the calendar. So over here you can see the name of my calendar is Pabbly. So I'm simply going to select the same. And after selecting the calendar, I'm simply going to click on this save and send test request. But before clicking on this save and send test request, I'll just let you know that Google Calendar is a pooling based application. So pooling based application means that this application will not check for new data instantly. It is going to take some amount of time to check for the new data. And over here in the Google Calendar, it is saying it is going to take 10 minutes to check for the new data. So once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, Pabbly is going to capture the last response or the latest response made in my Google Calendar. Calendar. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to open my Google Calendar. First, I'm just going to do the test submission. So let's say I'm just going to schedule a meeting for June 2. For that, I'm just going to click on this create and then event. And now I'm just going to add the title right over here, which is Dev Daily Stand Up, and click on this save. And with this, we have successfully created an event for 2nd June 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to open my workflow, and now I'm just going to click on the save and send test request so that Pabbly can capture the response for the same right over here. And now I'm just going to move on forward. Over here, you can see that Pabbly has successfully captured the response for the same. And now I'm just going to move on further. Now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to select my action step. I'm just going to select the action application as date time formatter. So it is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to format the date and time. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as format date with time zone. So first, I'm just going to format this date in my required time zone. I'm just going to let you know further why I'm just going to do this. So I'm just going to select this action step, click on this connect button. Now it is asking me for the date. So I'm simply going to enter the start date and time right over here. But I'm not going to enter the start date and time manually right over here, but instead we are just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected Google Calendar as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we are just going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm simply going to map this start date and time. Now I'm just going to move on forward. Over here you can see that the from format will be this. So I'm just going to simply select the from format, and now for the to format, I'm simply going to select it as this. I'm just going to let you know further why I'm selecting this to format. I'm just going to move on further. Now it is asking me for the from time zones. I'm simply going to select the from time zone as Asia Kolkata, and also for the to time zone, I'm just going to select it as Asia Kolkata because I'm over here in India, and simply going to click on this save and send test request. And over here you can see that this is the exact same date and the time, which is the start date and time. Over here you can see 2nd June 11:30 a.m. So yes, this is exactly the same, and now we have received this. And now I'm just going to move on further. Now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to add another action step. Once again, I'm just going to select the action application as date time formatter. For the action event, I'm simply going to select it as add and subtract time, and click on this connect. And now it is asking me to enter the date. So I'm simply going to map the date which my date time formatter generated. And now for the expression, I'm just going to minus 1 hour from this time so that I can send the message 1 hour before. Alright. And now for the to format, I'm simply going to select the to format as this only, but for the from format, I'm just going to select the same format which we selected above. And after entering all of this, I'm simply going to click on this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, you can see the result received is 1 hour before this time. Alright, so now I'm just going to move on forward, and you have to keep in mind that you only have to use this as the to format, and I'm just going to let you know why in the next step. So for that, I'm just going to add another action step. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to use delay, which is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to add delay in your workflow. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as add time delay and click on this connect. And now it is saying how much time do you want to put delay in this workflow. So for that, I'm just going to select it as delay until, and now I'm just going to map this date which we received from this add subtract time. So yes, you can see that this was the reason why I selected this format, because it is saying that the date should be in only this particular format. So this was the only reason why I selected this format in my previous action steps. And now I'm simply going to click on this save and send test request, and now my workflow is delayed until this date and time. So now what is going to happen is that this workflow is only going to run 1 hour before the event. Now I'm just going to move on forward. Now what I want is I'm just going to use AI agent to generate a customized message which I'm just going to send towards my Telegram. So to do this, I'm simply going to add another action step, and now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as OpenAI. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as ChatGPT and click on this connect. Now it is asking me for the same again. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this, select existing connection, and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the OpenAI key. And to get this key, you're simply going to go towards this OpenAI API key page. You simply have to go towards this create new secret key button, enter your key name, select the project, and click on this create secret key button, and your key will be created. I've created many keys so I'm just going to use one from this only. I'm simply going to enter my key right over here and click on this button which says save. And once I'm just going to click on this save, with this we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the AI model. So I'm simply going to select my AI model, which is GPT-4. And now I'm just going to enter the prompt in order to generate the Telegram message. So now you can see that I've successfully entered the prompt, alright, and I'm just going to enter the meeting title right over here in this prompt. So I'm simply going to map it one by one. And after mapping this, I'm simply going to click on this blue button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, yes, you can see that my AI agent has successfully generated me the message, which is that the meeting is going to happen in an hour. So now I'm just going to send this message on Telegram. For that, I'm just going to add another action step. Select my action application as Telegram bot. And after selecting this for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as send a text message or reply and click on this connect. Now over here it is asking me for the same. So if I've already connected your Telegram bot, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection. And now I'm just going to follow this help text and create a Telegram bot. And to create this Telegram bot, I'm just going to open my Telegram, and over here I'm just going to search for bot father. So I'm just going to look for bot father right over here. So I'm just going to search for bot father, and over here you can see bot father. So I'm just going to simply click on this start, and now I'm just going to enter /new bot right over here. And now it is asking me how do I want to call my bot. So let's say I want to call it as new meet. So I'm just going to send them this new meet, and now it is asking me for the bot name. So I'm just going to keep the bot name as meet_bot, and I'm just going to send them this bot name. It is saying sorry, this username is already taken. So let's say I'm just going to keep the bot name as meetpc_bot. And now you can see that we have successfully generated the access token. And now I'm simply going to copy this token, and then we're just going to paste it right over here and click on this save. And once I'm just going to click on this save, with this automatically my Telegram bot account will be connected. And now it is asking me for the chat ID. So to enter this chat ID, I'm just going to open my Telegram, and over here you can see in the URL we are just going to get this ID. So you have to copy this ID right from here, and then we are simply going to paste it right over here. You have to keep in mind that you have to paste this ID with this sign too. Now I'm just going to move on forward. It is asking me for the message, so I'm simply going to map the message which my AI agent generated. And now after mapping this message, before clicking on the save and send test request, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to open my Telegram, and over here you can see that this is the group in which I want to send the message. So I'm just going to add the bot which we created right now in this group first. And as you can see that we have successfully added this bot right over here, and I'm just going to give this bot the admin access. So to give this bot the admin access, I'm just going to promote it towards my admin with the help of the Telegram mobile application. And yes, over here I'm just going to refresh it after giving it the admin access. And yes, you can see that the bot has received the admin access. For that, I'm just going to refresh it once over here, and as you can see that bot has received the admin access. And now bot can send messages in this group. Alright, so now I'm just going to open my workflow, and after doing all of this, I'm just going to move on forward. And now Pabbly is asking me for many another details. So all of these details are not the required, so I'm just going to leave it as blank and click on this blue button which says save and send us request. And now we have received the positive response that we have successfully sent this message. So I'm just going to open my Telegram, and as you can see the message has been sent. So like I set this up for 1 hour, I'm just going to set this up for 30 minutes too. For that, what we're just going to do is I'm simply going to copy all of these steps one by one, and I'm just going to paste these steps right over here. And we're just going to do some minor changes, like for 1 hour I'm just going to reduce it to 30 minutes. All right, so I'm simply going to enter 30 minutes right over here. And now once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, it has been reduced to 30 minutes. Now once again I'm just going to copy this delay step. I'm just going to go towards this 3 dots. I'm just going to copy this step, and I'm just going to paste this by going towards this 3 dots and then paste step. And now over here I'm just going to change this delay date, and I'm just going to map this at subtract time, which was the last. And I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And I'm just going to do same with the OpenAI too. I'm simply going to copy this step. Once again, I'm just going to simply paste this step right over here. And now I'm just going to change the prompt little, because over here for 1 hour, I'm just going to keep it as 30 minutes. And now over here also, I'm just going to change it, which is 30 minutes. And now once again, I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, and my AI agent is going to generate me a 30 minutes message. Over here, you can see that it has done the same. Once again, I'm just going to move on forward and copy this Telegram bot step. I'm just going to paste it in my workflow right over here, and I'm just going to set up the message for this 30 minutes too. 2, I'm just going to go towards this Telegram bot, and over here instead of this message, I'm just going to enter the message which my AI agent generated for 30 minutes. So yes, with this we have successfully did this, and now I'm just going to simply click on this save and send test request so that we can check the message for 30 minutes too. I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, and yes, you can see a message has been sent for 30 minutes too. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now what is going to happen is that whenever a new event is going to occur in our Google Calendar, which is as soon as we schedule a new meeting, automatically first the time zone will be formatted. Further, we are just going to subtract the time for 1 hour. We are just going to add the delay for the same. OpenAI is going to generate the message for 1 hour. We are just going to send the message for 1 hour on our Telegram bot. Then I copied all of these 4 steps again. I did the same for 30 minutes. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this workflow, and now we don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. All of this is going to happen in backend. We just have to sit back and relax. So like I did for 1 hour and 30 minutes, you can do the same, copy these steps, paste these steps and do it for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes according to your own choice. Now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.